What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Gloss Garage, where we make detail simple. My name is Sag, and today I have something special for you all. So yes, my vehicle did drive over 600 miles, and it has a bunch of blood splatter all over the front end. We took a trip to Charlotte, and obviously it was 200 miles one way, 200 coming back, and then everything in between that we've done during the week. And it has a bunch of bug splatter. It's been on here for a little bit over 2 days. And I'm going to show you all a method that you can do. And this is mainly for people that don't have running water, say people that live in an apartment complex or something of that sort, that they really want to get rid of those bugs, especially if it's been like a day or two. You really want to get these bugs off because they will etch into your paint, or if you have a paint protection, say ceramic coating, will etch into your coating and into your clear coat. You want to get rid of these stuff because it is acidic, and the sooner that you get it out, the better it is for your vehicle. Quick disclaimer, this video is pretty much a paid promotion because I do work for Thor, making a podcast for them, and the products that I will be using are sold at the House of Rags. Just use code DMS at checkout for 10% off if you want to purchase any of these, and you know, it gives you saves you 10% with no extra cost to you, and I do get a little commission off of that as well, just so that way it helps out the channel so you all can keep getting videos like this. And with that out of the way, yeah, you'll see the front half of the vehicle slightly wet because I cleaned the back half of the vehicle just to get all that done, because I don't want to you know, once I'm done filming, I just want to wrap it up and that's it, because the main premise of this video is the bug splatter, which most of it is really on the windshield and the front half of the vehicle. The rest of the sides are just super dirty, which you saw on the walk around on the overhead. So to get started, it's pretty simple. All you need is your alkaline soap, and just grab your preferred alkaline soap. It could be Primus 2.0, Built Amber, Touchless. It can also be CeramX Stars and Stripes. Just grab the alkaline cleaner one. Just something out, you know, that's heavy on the cleaning scale, so that way it can really break down the bug guts and all that stuff that's on your paint. I already have Primus here diluted in my IK foamer. This is the one from Mafra. This is their edition, so that's the purple one. And you can only get this at Labocosmetica. Just a heads up for that if you're wondering. And if you don't want to purchase, say, an alkaline soap, for me personally, I think Primus 2.0 is the best alkaline soap out there, just because it is really sunlight friendly. You can use this in direct sunlight. I do have a video over a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, before Thor was even a thing. I used Primus on a black paint in direct sunlight, didn't stain anything. It's very sunlight friendly and didn't even stain the plastic trim either. So yeah, so if you don't want to purchase this and you're like, I just want to use my pH neutral soap, say Adams, PNS Pearl shampoo, or you can use Apex or Incredible Suds, any type of pH neutral soap of your choice that you have, and you want to spice it up a bit to give it a little bit more clean, you can add, say, an ounce of your all-purpose cleaner. Could be, in this case, it's Kraken that I have in my hand. You could use All Clean, you could use Multi Carpro X or Multi X from Carpro. You can use all types of things, even D3 or 3D orange degreaser, whatever APC of your choice. You just add 1 ounce of this to spice it up a little bit to give it extra cleaning power. Just to let you know, it's not going to be as safe as using something like Primus, and that is just something with my case scenario, because this is for the people that do it outside. So this is why I'm just saying this. So yeah, and this is a rinseless wash method. I do recommend you have, and I'm going to get started, I do recommend you either have, say, the HDX sprayer, or say the HDX sprayer, the garden sprayer from Home Depot, costs like 20 bucks, or something that holds 2 gallons, like a keg sprayer or an IK sprayer in itself. If budget is not your thing and it's not, you want something more budget friendly, then guess what? Just get the HDX from Home Depot. It is a fantastic value, and yeah, it's just not going to be as much pressure as the keg sprayer or the IK sprayer, but it will still do a fantastic job. So as you see here, I have all these bug guts all over here, and it's been a little bit over 2 days. And I do have a little rock chip here. from the road trip. So I will show you on how I'll take care of that with Dr. Color Chip in a separate video. And yeah, so that is what I do have here. In my rinseless bucket, I have DIY Detail Rinseless Wash V2. I do have a flag tip wheel and body brush. I think that one's from the Rag Company. And here is the iconic Big Red Sponge. So let me bring all this back, and this will be a quick 10-minute video. I already have my Primus pumped up right up here. And you don't really need to spray too heavily on the whole hood because there is no real bug guts up here. It's mainly just on this portion of the front half. So I am going to spray this down as such. And you will be running through a little bit more rinseless wash than you are used to. But this is just, as I said, because you don't have running water. And I am putting some just on the side view mirrors because some did hit on the side view mirrors. And putting some right here. And that is pretty much it. Just make sure you cover, like I said, the area that you want to cover. And you're just going to let this dwell. Now with that dwelling, just a quick update. This is where this is going to come in super handy. So this is the new DIY Detail quad, I don't know what the 4-way quad clay towel. I really like this thing. It's just so much easier to fold compared to their original one. It just makes it that much easier. Yeah. So this is what we'll be using to help agitate afterwards with a bit of rinseless wash, because you do need some lubrication, because we will be rinsing all this off, as much of the bug guts as possible. And that DIY Detail quad clay towel will be your best friend. So now that we let this dwell for about, say, 30 seconds or so, again, I'm just simulating as if we're working outside. You don't want to leave stuff drying for too long. You are going to grab your IK sprayer. This is just an example, but this has enough pressure. And you're just going to rinse and apply your rinseless wash on top of this. So this will be your first step. You're going to use this as a garden hose, essentially. And just a quick update too, for the front grille, I did forget to mention, typically they're just either aluminum gloss black or even just how do I say it, just plastic. You can just right away grab your flag tip nylon brush and start agitating in there before you start rinsing off the rest. And then this way you clean those bug guts that are in those areas. And there we go. So that is what you're gonna do. That I'm not dunking that back inside the bucket. That is pretty much just a one-time thing. I just left it in the bucket with the rinseless wash so it could just soften up and have some lubrication on that brush. And this is why I said you will be going through a lot more rinseless wash, because look how much I'm rinsing. You really need to rinse off all the soap and cleaner regardless of the brand. And there it is. DIY Detail does suds up a little bit. It does foam up because as you see here, it looks soapy. So here I know it looks soapy, but that is just the rest of the rinseless wash. So you're just going to continue around, do this as well. I'll just have to dry up that side of the vehicle, it's no biggie. And those bug guts are pretty much gone. If you do have a ceramic coating, of course, it will be a lot easier. That is just the way things go. I do have some bug guts on the glass, so I'm just gonna spray some rinseless. Here, see the bug guts? just melting off with Primus. Make sure you rinse off that soap. And as I said, this is a bit sudsy, so it looks like the soap is never ending, but it is pretty much gone. So now all we're doing at this point is just letting the Rinseless wash just do its thing. Sit there, emulsify, grab whatever dirt and grime is there, rinse all that stuff off. And now that we did that, we are ready for our contact wash. And this is where I say is my favorite part. So say you have some bug guts on the windshield. No pressure with the clay towel. Let me see if I have you all on frame. Yep. No pressure with the clay towel. All I'm using is the clay towel as my agitation step. And this is much softer, in my opinion, than a Jersey scrubber. And you're gonna come back around here. You're gonna do the same thing in this area. And this is mainly for the glass. Yes, I'm gonna use this on the paint as well. So this is just for the areas where you have those bug guts. Then you're just gonna dip it again inside your bucket. And you can do your test spot. Again, least aggressive is the best method first. So here I got a bit of bug guts here. I'm just gonna wipe my Rinseless wash sponge over it and it went away. Perfectly fine. The only reason why I mainly use that on the glass right away is because it's glass. You're not going to scratch glass. It's not gonna harm anything whatsoever. And got some more bug guts down here on this bottom end, as you see there. So Primus is gonna soften all those bug guts off your alkaline cleaner, and with no pressure, it just comes off. Yes, I do have a ceramic coating. So of course it's gonna help out, tenfold. But this works just as well with a vehicle that doesn't have any coating. Look at all those bug guts that were here on the front. It is gone. So you're just gonna come around and just wipe away. And any stubborn bug guts that you have, like say you have a stubborn bug gut, for example, on this lower end right here, you're just gonna grab your clay towel with no pressure. You're just wiping. You're gonna use that little groove to help just lift those bug guts off with no pressure. That's it. That is pretty much the method. Now, I'm gonna fast forward this clip to the drying step. So let me just dry the vehicle and do my Rinseless wash. And the bug guts are the ones that's gonna take the most time to get rid of. My car is practically clean at this point. Remember, we used the clay towel on the glass. I'm gonna come back up around here. We clean that area up. This part of the vehicle is already clean, so I don't need to come down here. If you want to reapply Rinseless, because you do see some of the bug gut residue starting to come back, just make sure you apply Rinseless on there. And even if it dries up a little bit in direct sunlight, there is no problem with that. Come back around here, and that is pretty much it. The rest of the vehicle is done. So this is why I wanted to save time and not just say, oh, I'm a fast forward. This is all in one take. And now you grab your drying towel of choice. You don't need to use a drying aid with a Rinseless wash, but I will be using Tim's High Gloss Detailer as my drying aid here because I want to add that extra pop and gloss onto the paint. And you could just spray it on as such. This will not streak in direct sunlight. If you're in direct sunlight, just do either section by section or panel by panel. But in my case, I'm in the garage, so this is going to be just fine. I'm using 2 Diva rinseless towels. It's nothing much to it. Your car is completely clean. No more bug guts on the front. Let me just bring all of you in so you all can see. And yep, let me just, and then I'll dry the vehicle off screen. So as you can see, no more bug guts whatsoever on the paint in itself. And we did an amazing job just getting all of that stuff. This isn't soap anymore. Like I said, this is the rinseless wash that suds up a little bit. But that is it. Look how nice and clean it is. All right, everyone. So hopefully you all enjoyed the video. And yes, this is the highlight of the video as well, is the clay towel, because this will be your best friend, especially if you've been driving and you left it there for a week and you have those bug guts just sitting on the paint. They will get harder to remove and you will need some type of agitation, and this is just going to melt it all off right away. You have 4 sides, so you don't have to keep constantly dunking in your bucket. All you have to do is just, you know, flip it over, then open it up, flip again. You have 4 sides and you'll be able to do your whole front grille right away. And it is just a phenomenal way to get rid of it. Now, in terms of the alkaline soap, you don't need to purchase an alkaline cleaner. I just prefer Primus 2.0. Like I said, this is for the apartment dwellers out there. This is safe, very safe, in direct sunlight, and it's not going to damage plastics or anything. This is why I enjoy Primus so much. But you can use any other alkaline cleaner of your choice. As I stated in the intro, you know, Bill Hamber, CheMX Stars and Stripes, or if you just want to spruce up your pH neutral cleaner and you have an all-purpose cleaner, you can spruce it up with 3D ReviewCerakote All Clean. Just put 1 ounce of that in there to give it more alkalinity onto the actual soap, to give it more cleaning power, and just make sure you rinse it off thoroughly with your rinseless wash solution. You do need a keg sprayer. A keg sprayer or IK sprayer or a garden sprayer, like I said, from Home Depot. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Hopefully you all enjoyed the method. You saw the walk around on how the vehicle came out. It is going to just make your life so much easier with this method, especially in the summer months with all these bug guts. So I will see you all on the next one. Peace.